guys, that was totally lame, but welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to make it still a vlog style video, but a little bit different. Usually I talk to you guys a little bit each day throughout the week, but today is actually Friday, so I wanted to just kind of talk about what we've done this week and reflect back on it, vlog style. A little bit. There's been lots of things going on in my classroom right now. The first really exciting thing is that my school has a school pet. We have a desert tortoise, and for 4 weeks each grade level gets to take care of the tortoise. So it is finally first grade's turn, so we have it in our classroom. Well, actually not really in our classroom, because during the day the tortoise is in its like little garden area, but let me show you him. He's super cute. So this is Dash. He is in his tank and he was just taking a nap, so I'm gonna leave him alone right now. So yeah, we have Dash in our classroom, and it's kind of up to us to kind of decide how we want to incorporate him into our classroom. So far I've just included him during morning meetings. So every day during morning meeting, after morning message, we do a drum roll and reveal who's going to be the Dash helper of the day, and that person just helps take him outside to the garden, helps water him and water the grass in his little garden area, and feed him, and just clean up the area where he's at, like the garden area. How many times can I say garden area? So yeah, the kids are really excited about that. They're always really excited about when it's their turn. Little do they know I'm just going in alphabetical order, but yeah. So while we're here, I want to talk about something that I've been getting a lot on Instagram, especially now that back to school season for college students just kind of came and went. I had quite a few people message me on Instagram just asking about how, like, my college experience, volunteer hours, paying for school, just like pretty much my college experience and how it was leading up to becoming a teacher. I do have a video dedicated on it, but it's like super long, so I just kind of want to condense that and just talk about it here. So let me just tell you a little bit about my college experience. In high school, I was not like a straight A. I was not a straight A student. I was very much an average student. So even I did take one AP class. I was a cheerleader throughout high school and basketball player throughout high school. So I did extracurricular activities, but nothing that would set me apart from my peers, especially with my GPA, since I just got A's, B's, and sometimes C's. So needless to say, once I graduated high school, I did not get any scholarships. College is so expensive. I think at the time, a semester at the U of A was about $6,000. So I decided not to go straight to the U of A, and I went to a community college instead for a fraction of the cost. So I did my gen ed at a community college. I did major in elementary education for my associates, and I did end up graduating with my associate's degree from community college. Then I transferred to the U of A for my junior year of college, and I was able to get lots of scholarships that covered my entire tuition. How did I do that? Well, I worked really hard when I was at my community college to maintain a really high GPA, and then I also tried to spend as much time as I could in the classroom volunteering, so I was in my field of work in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, that's kind of how I transferred and how I was able to pay for college. Then I went through my program, graduated. Then I went through my program, still kept getting scholarships for my senior year. And then before graduation, I had a job lined up for me. And then I graduated, had a job already, and the rest is history, and the rest you've actually seen on my YouTube channel. So in this video, I am actually partnering with Colgate and the Hispanic Heritage Foundation's program, which is called ASLAU. ASLAU grants $100,000 in scholarships every year, which is a fantastic opportunity because college is expensive. And for me, if it wasn't for scholarships, I wouldn't have been able to pay for college. So if you are a high school student who is a community-minded student that does a lot for the community, or you know a student that is like that, let them know about the scholarship. So basically, Colgate is celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, which is going on right now in case you didn't know, to encourage and empower Hispanic students to pursue a higher education. So the scholarships range from anywhere from $2,000 to $15,000. And the application in the link down below. And applications are still being accepted until October 15th. So again, I'll have the link down below where you can go check it out. And again, thank you so much, Colgate, for partnering with me for this awesome opportunity, which I think is really great. Right now, to better illustrate the impact that ASLAU has on on Hispanic students. I'm going to go ahead and play a video right now that tells you Emmanuel's story, who is a scholarship recipient from ASLAU.
Both sides of my family are immigrants from Durango, Mexico. They immigrated here in the late 80s. They came here to sought like a better life and to live the American dream. I grew up on the west side of Phoenix, which is a very interesting dynamic because there's such a divide between the rich and the poor. In high school, if I ever tried to express my culture, like it would be something that would be called out on. Have people like a racist sheriff. So like I grew up in a constant state of fear. I think that's why I want to be a fighter for people who don't have a voice. I started volunteering when I was 14. I've interned at Congressman Ruben Gallego's office, David Garcia for superintendent campaign, working with a political consulting firm and helping raise the minimum wage. I'm actually the first in my family's lineage to ever go to college. What I hope to do here at Yale and with the Colgate grant in the future is to create change, however big or how small it is. With hard work and dedication, you can leave the world a better place than you found it.
So that is Colgate's ASLAU. So really cool things. Go ahead and check the link down below. Okay, so you just saw me trying to prep my October journals, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing differently this month. I've shown you my writing journals a few vlogs ago when I was prepping them before school started, and I showed you the paper. I think I linked it as well, but I'm using a different paper that I made myself. And let me show it to you, and then I'll tell you why. So this is what my journal looks like. I made the cover. Covers are pretty similar every month. They just change the clip art by the season. Then the paper looks like this. So it's just boxes. So the idea is that every box will be for one letter that they are writing, and then they also have a middle line. So lowercase letters will go from this black line to this middle line, and uppercase letters will go here. Finger spaces will be, sorry, it's hard to do it with one hand. Finger spaces will be 2 finger spaces. So as you can see, 2 fingers fit, which means 2 boxes. So I'm hoping that this will help with handwriting in my classroom, as well as pencil grips and golf pencils and all those things that can help handwriting. I'm just hoping that this will be a tool that everyone can have. So I'll let you guys know how this goes. I also made the same paper, just in a giant form right here, because my board is not really working that well. I just need to calibrate it, and I just haven't been able to calibrate it the right way. It just won't go through. So in the meantime, I am using this big blown up size. As you can see, it's huge. And in case you're wondering how to do this, you just print it. Make sure that you print it as a PDF. So you have to open it in Adobe something, PDF reader, I don't know. And then when you go to print, you click poster, and then you just zoom it up to like, this is I think I blew this up to 350%, and that's what it looks like now. It's huge. So I'll be able to better demonstrate for my students how they should be writing, and hopefully it goes well. I'll have my fingers crossed. I have my fingers crossed, and I'll definitely let you know. Something else that I'm doing different this week, and I'm loving. I made an Instagram post about it sometime, I don't know how long ago, but it's these. So I have these that tell my students where we're going. So I did this because during transitions, I'll hit my doorbell and I'll be like, okay guys, let's clean up and go to the carpet. And as soon as we start cleaning up, I always have at least 3 students that come up to me and ask me like, where do we go? So now they don't have to ask me. Now they just look at the board, because I'll still ring my doorbell, I'll still say clean up, go to the carpet, but now I'll also turn on the light for carpet. And kids can just look at the board and it's there. I also ended up moving my schedule from this side to this side because I put my giant writing paper there. I did end up having to order wet erase markers, as since this is lamination, dry erase markers don't erase that easily off of this, especially not colored ones. So wet erase markers will be a lot better. I also have a focus wall. I don't know if I had this last time you saw a vlog, but these are just labels that I made. I can definitely put them on my TPT if you guys want them. Just let me know. It does take me a while to upload them, but I will get to them, I promise. I will also put these in my TPT store. Some of you were asking, as well as my little today is thing. So just finished setting up my writing center for the month of October because it's already October next week. So let me show you. So I've been using the center since last year and I love it. This year I'm printing them a little bit smaller just so I can fit them in the box that I'm storing them in and they can fit better in this area. Here's what I'm gonna do different now. So as you can see, I have this. So instead of having them just pick whatever they want to do on the center, I'm going to have like an assignment of the week. It's going to be posted here, so it just kind of tells you what they're doing. It has an I can statement, and that's the only paper that I'm going to have in the center. And in case you're wondering like how they do the center here, I have these lap desks right there. So I'm going to be storing the paper in this little document holder, and then I have just like little writing utensils here. I have like fun fuzzy pens, I have some scented markers and all that stuff. Also now have book boxes. At first I was using this rainbow drawer here to store them, but I won't do that anymore because I just want to take these home now. Instead I have these book boxes, as you can see. These are from IKEA, and then I just put a label on them. They're just cardboard boxes, so I don't know how long they'll last, but I just have a label. Each student has a number, and hopefully I can use them from year to year. Let's see, what else did we do this week? We started a new science unit and we're learning about earth science. So the first day we covered natural resources and man-made resources, and then the next 2 days we covered the water cycle. So this bag right here, so just gonna illustrate the water cycle. So there's water, it goes up, and then it rains. So the kids are really excited to see this every day. So I forgot what I was saying because someone came in, but I think I was talking about science. So I did want to talk about yesterday. It's been very cloudy this whole week. It's been really weird weather. It's been very rainy, very stormy. There's even been like 3 tornado warnings this week in my area, which is weird because there's no tornadoes in Arizona, but there was one tornado like in Wilcox this week, and then there was tornado warnings around me. I don't know. We were learning about the water cycle and there was so many rain clouds outside. I decided to just take science outside, and we did our learning out and we did our science outside. So our science for that day, for yesterday, was just to draw the water cycle, and they had to describe it for their digital portfolio. It was really nice to just take it outside as a change of scenery, and the kids loved it. I know I did that once last year with graphing. When we ended our graphing unit, we went and made graphs. We graphed how many cars we saw and the types of cars we saw on the sidewalk, and it was just so much fun. Ever since I did that last year, I've been definitely wanting to just try to get outside a little bit more whenever I can, because it's fun and the kids love it, and it's nice to be outside when it's nice weather. So that is one tip I have for you guys. If you take anything from my videos, like, just take learning outside when you can. It's so fun. The kids love it, and engagement is higher, in my opinion, when I do that. Okay, so one more thing I do want to talk about that's been new since I last vlogged, because believe it or not, because even though I posted a vlog like a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago, I haven't vlogged in such a long time. So there's been a lot of things happening. I now have fine motor bins because I just want to do anything I can to help my students improve their handwriting, and of course handwriting has a lot to do with fine motor skills. So now I have fine motor bins. So instead of just watching number blocks after lunch while we have bathroom water breaks, we do fine motor bins. So let me show you. I have 6 of them. So this is probably my favorite bin. I also have just Velcro dots on each bin, and I have them numbered. I have 6 tables, so every day I just move the Velcros, and that kind of tells me like what table is doing what activity. So this first one, I'm calling it Finding Gold. I am not, our reading specialist told me about this, and I'm so glad she did. So I have Therapy Putty. It's kind of like slime, just a lot like denser. It's harder but you can definitely mold it, as you can see. And what my students do is they get a bead or two and they hide it somewhere in the therapy putty, so they have to be like pulling it apart and just like putting it back together, and just they're really using their fingers a lot. And then they give it to their partner, and the partner has to find the bead. So they're digging for gold or finding gold. That's what we call it. I don't know. But I have these therapy putties. One of them the kindergarten teacher gave to me, and then the other ones I just bought myself. They have different hardness. They are just different. There are different levels. So this one's more of a soft, according to this. This is softer according to the lid, which still feels pretty firm to me. So there's extra soft, soft, medium, and firm. This is the, and I believe this one's the firmest one. Yeah. So see how like I'm pushing really hard, and it's barely making a dent. But yeah, this is my first bin. In this other bin, we call it coloring, but it's not really coloring. So I just have these coloring sheets, and they're laminated. And I also have beads. So students, and they also have beads. So what students do is they just basically color or outline the picture with the beads and the sequins and stuff like that. They're just using their fingers. So that's another one. This one can get really messy though. This other one I got the idea from Pinterest. So I have these spiky balls. They're actually dog toys. My dogs love them. So I have these, and then I also have like little loom. I have little rubber bands here. So what they'll do is they'll roll this dice. They'll roll this dice, and if it lands on yellow, they put a yellow rubber band or somewhere around the ball so it'll stick. That's not the hard part. The hard part is taking it. The hard part is definitely taking it off. So that's how they're working with their fingers more. Oh, this other one definitely is one of my favorites, and this I call Feed the Monsters. So I have I have 2 tennis balls, and I glued googly eyes to them, and I just open them up a little bit, not too much, so it's still kind of hard to open. So what the students will do is they'll spin the spinner. It'll land on 9, so they have to hold the ball with one hand and squeeze it so it opens its mouth, and put 9 beads in the ball. So they're feeding the monster. And again, they can only do it with one hand. They can switch hands. Or I've also seen my students take turns. So like while one kid holds the ball open, the other kid will put beads in its mouth and switch. So either way it works for me. Other one my students really like, I don't like as much because it's a lot of, I thought I was gonna like a lot, but it's just a lot of maintenance. So, but it's still fun. So it's just a sewing station, I guess. My new team teacher in 2nd grade gave me this idea, so I bought some plastic like children's needles, as you can see. Can you see? There we go. They're just plastic. They have a huge hole right here, and students will just put the thread in, and then they basically just sew through tissue paper because that's what the needles can go through, and they make pillows. And then once they finish sewing their pillow, I just stuff it with cotton balls, and they can take it home. So this is an example of one. The student's not done yet, but they have just been kind of sewing through. And the last one I have is just a cutting one. So I just have some cutting papers from like Pinterest or something. And I have fun scissors, as you could, like craft scissors, and they just cut. And they really, really like this one because I have different craft scissors. I have like 6. Yeah, and it's just cutting. We only do them for about 10 minutes a day, but I'm hoping that in the long run it will make a difference. So I have one more thing to share with you guys, and then I'm just gonna head home because that's all I can think of that's new since I last talked to you guys. Let me know in the comments below if you like this style, like how you like this style of video. I know a lot of you like vlogs better than my sit-down videos, but I also kind of want to just give you the most information that is going to be useful for you guys as I can, and not like an incredibly long vlog that has a lot of fluff. I hope that makes sense. So let me show you. Also, do you like my water bottle? This is my favorite sticker. If you get it, I love you. So I have data binders, and I know what you're thinking, like, that you literally made a dedicated video about how you're using Google Forms for assessments, and yes, I know. But the more I try to have everything digital, the more I realize that that's just not working for me. I like hard copy things that I can access faster, instead of going through folders and pulling things up and I don't know, I like hard copy, like tangible things. So I'm doing data binders this year. I have a binder for every one of my students, and I also have my own binder. So this is what they look like. And then on the spine, it just has the student's name. This page, I also plan on adding like page dividers, just so it's easier. But the first page is going to be for reading fluency. So with passages and stuff like that, because we do dibbles. So I want to kind of track reading fluency. On the bottom, I just have the story that we're reading and then the date, and then just have it numbered by 2s all the way to 48, because the passages that we're going to do right now at the beginning of the year only go up to 48 words per minute, I believe. The next one is a counting one, so it's counting by ones. So the idea is that they'll count for me, and then whatever number they stop at, we'll graph that, and I'll just kind of assess it like once every 2 weeks maybe, depending on the student. If it's like a bubble student or one of my lower students, I'll try to do it more often. But if it's like a higher student or on track student, then I'll do it maybe once a month, every 2 weeks. I don't know. I also have the same one for counting by 2s. Oh, and then on the bottom, I also have just like numeral and answers. So I also want to ask my students, like, okay, like write the number 73 for me, and they'll write it there. And then once we're done writing it, I'll write the right answer. So I'll be able to see if they have any like number reversals, or they just really don't know what the number 73 looks like. And again, it's there, and it'll be graphed, so we'll be able to see the growth in total throughout the year. Have the same thing for counting by 5s, counting by 10s, and I think that's all I have right now. I'm also going to add a nonsense word fluency for this, and then also and then just keep adding as I need. In my binder, I can't show you right now because obviously there's like a lot of student data in there, but it's basically a more simplified version. So it's just my class roster on the side, and then just blank boxes. So I have a so I have a graph basically, so I have a table basically for each of the papers that I just showed you. That way I just put the numbers. So if we're doing counting, I'll just put what they counted up to, and then the first time, and then the second time, and the second time I'll just fill the next square, and so on and so forth, so I can see if they're growing or not easily at a glance. So that's kind of what I wanted that for. I hope that makes sense. If not, let me know and I'll explain it further in another video. I feel like I've been talking so much. I don't know how this video is going to turn out, but I hope it turns out well. And if not, I'll just go back to vlogging. I just wanted to try something new, and yeah. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.